What's up YouTube? Today's video I'm going to show you how to get all the Paradox Pokemon for Scarlet and Violet versions, and also show you how to catch them and where they spawn and stuff like that. So first things first, you need to go to the Area 0, and it is to note here you can get the other version Pokemon by playing with a friend on multiplayer with that version too. So if you don't have a friend, well make sure you try and get on with someone to try and help you out there. So you go into the actual zones here, there's 4 of them, and there'll be a little teleporter. This is all in-game stuff, by the way. So first things first, we're going to be starting with the Pokemon Violet versions of these Paradox, future Pokemon, I guess you could say. So you get into this like an underground area here. There's different sort of levels where you go. There's like above the ground, underground in caves and stuff. And some of the Pokemon will actually spawn in different areas, but some won't. So first things first, we're going to come across our very first Paradox Pokemon here, being the Iron Tread. So this is the Donphan looking Pokemon. So very, very cool. Now this Pokemon is actually in Violet and it's in Scarlet as well. So there's a different version of it. I believe it was actually shown in the trailer. So there we go. We got our very first Pokemon, Iron Treads. Just before you go here, just bring like a bunch of Ultra Balls or stuff, or whatever you want to catch these Pokemon. Now, it is to be noted, you can actually get multiples of these Pokemon, so you can keep catching. It's not like there's only one of them and stuff like that. So you can go in here and catch a whole bunch. So that is a Ground and Steel Pokemon, which is very, very cool. And we've got the little Pokedex entry for that too. All right, let's go ahead and find the next one here. So before, we've obviously noticed there we had the Paradox Pokemon number 1, and we also have the Iron Bundle Pokemon, which looks very much similar like Delibird, which is pretty cool. I actually quite like this design. Now, when I was battling this Pokemon, I noticed it had very, very high base speed. So I'm going to be looking at the stats and stuff of that afterwards. Very, very nice seeing Delibird have such high speed. It actually outsped my starter. So that is the Iron Bundle caught there, and we're going to be having a look at the Iron Bundle's typing right now. Cool to see all these new types. So we got an Ice and Water type Pokemon, very unique there. So you can have, I wonder if it gets like a Blizzard and stuff like that. That'll be really cool. So there's the Iron Bundle Pokemon caught. These ones are fairly common too. They weren't very hard to find. Just ride around in the area and they will pop up. So next Pokemon we got here is going to be the Hariyama lookalike, the Iron Hands. And this is a pretty cool looking Pokemon as well. Very, very tanky, I noticed when I was, trying to get his health down and stuff. If you do have any status moves, it's always nice, but I didn't find these very hard to capture, actually. They were quite easy. Like, some of them I actually just threw a ball at, and I caught them right away. So we got a Fighting and Electric type here. Very nice. So it'll be interesting to see what type of moves this actually gets. So that's 3 of the 7 Pokemon. So there's 7 of each. There's 7 Violet and 7 Scarlet. So 14 all up, so all 14 Pokemon. Next is going to be Hydreigon. This one was probably a little bit rarer than the others. I found this right at the bottom here near the crystals, but I found these all actually all of these ones in the same area. For some reason, I noticed the Pokeballs actually float in the air too. When you actually, I guess you caught the Pokemon that was levitating, so the Pokeballs do tend to float in the air, which looks a little bit jarring, I guess. So we got a Dark and Flying Pokemon here, retaining its Dark type, but adding the Flying type to it as well. So that is how you get the Iron. How do I say that? Iron Jugulis, I think that is. So now the next one is a little bit interesting. We're going to be going on the top of this here, so you can see it's obviously not inside. So we're going to have a Volcarona here. Now, I actually bumped into many of these on the top here. I couldn't find them underground, so I'm guessing it's only on the top. So maybe I went from the down upwards. It doesn't really matter what part you go in there. So that's the Iron Moth Corp there. I really like Iron Moth. Obviously it's a Volcarona lookalike. Also, the bottom of the world sort of shows through there. That's just normal. There's a few graphical glitches on this game, to say the least. So we got a Fire and Poison type Pokemon. Very interesting typing there. So Fire and Poison. Cool. Man, I can't wait to use these new Pokemon. So that's the Iron Moth capture there. The next Pokemon is going to be the Tyranitar looking Pokemon. I'm sure a lot of people will like this. I actually noticed these two of them right next to each other. As you can see, there's like one walking in the background there, so you definitely can find lots of them. This one I found only in the top area here, so just make sure you search around for it, but I'm sure you'll find these ones. Now, there's only one Pokemon out of the Violet Paradox Pokemon that was quite hard to find. So this is a rock and electric type Pokemon as well. Another electric type, just like Hariyama. Very, very interesting. So that's the 6 Pokemon there. So now we've only got one more to find. So this one is a little bit different. You want to go onto that floor there that I just selected, and now you need to go on this part here. So it's kind of specific. Now, this is like a little hidden cave. So you want to start here, and you want to hop on whatever legendary you got there, and you just want to go all the way down here. So you see there's like a really, really big drop off here. Just accelerate and go all the way down. So you see like a little stream ahead. Now, the reason I'm showing this whole lot is because it can be a little bit confusing to see, like it's very, very easy just to ride on by there, so just bear with me here. So now you're going to go down and hit like a little water patch there. Just keep riding until you see like a tree here. Now, this tree is actually where the hidden cave is actually concealed. So on the right-hand side, there's nothing there. But on the left-hand side, you'll actually see a little hidden nook here in between the rocks. You go inside there, and this is actually a cave area. Now, this is where I found the other lookalike of Gallade Pokemon. So you want to go all the way to... I mean, I found this the easier way. I just went all the way into the center here. A lot of cool Pokemon actually spawn in here. I found a lot of the evolutions and other things spawn in here too. There's like items absolutely everywhere. So here's the Glade here. It didn't take too long to actually spawn it, maybe like a couple of minutes or so. So the best thing I did is just ride around. Sometimes to clear some of the Pokemon out is good too, because that'll actually reset the spawns. So we got the Iron Valiant. Now this Pokemon is pretty cool looking as well there. So I pretty much just got its health down, and I caught that. And this is the final Pokemon for Violet. So once again, you can get these Pokemon if you do play the multiplayer. So if you're with a multiplayer, you can go back into the area, and then with a friend, and then those Pokemon will pop up there. So you don't have to have the other version, which is good, otherwise you'll have to... You can trade for them, of course, as well. But if you want to go ahead and catch them yourself, just find someone with the opposite version and go ahead and play them. Or if you've got another game yourself, you can go ahead and do that too. So the Iron Valiant is a fairy and fighting type Pokemon. So interesting typing there. I wonder what sort of moves it's going to get. So yeah, that's the last Pokemon right there for Pokemon Violet. So let's go ahead and get the Scarlet one. So I'm going to be using a different game here. This is different footage. This is from Kaf's game. But I just wanted to show you from the actual Scarlet point of view which ones you can actually go ahead and get here. So I'm just going to actually... I've actually not quite learned all the names of these yet. They do take a while. So our first Pokemon here is going to be the Volcarona lookalike in the background. Can you see it sitting there on the rock there? Some of the Pokemon do like interact with the environments too, so they can be sitting on rocks or sides of cliffs. Some teams, I haven't seen like one of them inside there, which was a bit strange, but there you go. It's pretty cool. It's looking up to you, so that's how you get the first one. Next one is like the Jigglypuff lookalike called Screamtail. So that's rather... So we had Slitherwing and Screamtail. So Screamtail was a fairy and psychic, and the Volcarona looking one, Slitherwing, is bug and fighting. So yeah, pretty cool. Next Pokemon is going to be like the Among Us lookalike here. And this one is Brute Bonnet, which is a grass and dark type. So pretty interesting looking Pokemon there. And of course, we've got the Magneton looking Pokemon, which sort of stands on 2 legs, which is quite interesting, which is the Sandy Shocks, which is... pretty cool as well. A pretty shocking design, I will say so myself. But yeah, now we're going to go into the cave. Remember before how we found Gallade in this... actually, no, this is another area. This is right at the bottom. This is the other version of Donphan. So this is just inside a cave or the underground. There's like a cave and underground, so you can generally find most of those Pokemon in there. It's just the cave area I was only able to find the Gallade in there, which is rather interesting. So next Pokemon we want to have a look at is Fluttermane, which is is like a Misdrevious. This is also in the cave / underground area. And this is like has some really, really high stats. Now, the hardest one here is in this little hidden cave again, like the Glade before I just mentioned. If you don't know what that is, if you skipped over to this version, just go ahead back in my video and find it. Just go all the way here, and this will be like the Salamence looking Pokemon, or the Mega Salamence looking Pokemon. So there you go, it's spawned there. So it looks like it's got Ho-Oh and Mega Salamence wings. And this is the Roaring Moon, which is a dragon and dark type. So a very, very cool looking Pokemon. Like, all these Pokemon are very, very unique and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think that's all the Pokemon. Yeah, that's every single one of them. If this video did help you out, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you share it around. That's all the Paradox Pokemon. I'm definitely going to do a team based on these Pokemon too. I'd like to do maybe a Violet Paradox and a Scarlet Paradox Pokemon. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.